kickoff to get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Knights offense will get the first possession of the game. Making side adjustments here. The give to the tailback. Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31.
And you want to run the football, and that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. He got a hand in there. Knocks it away, incomplete.
You know, this defense knew the offense was going to try to take shots vertically down the field and do it in a variety of ways. That time, they were able to defend the corner route and swat the ball down.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. Turning it on. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The Knights are in the hurry-up.
And the defensive coordinator is irate on the sideline. 3rd and long. It's a short throw. You've got to be able to rally, make a tackle, and force the punter onto the field. They let him get loose, break some tackles, and with the first, the offense stays on the field.
Firing to the right, complete. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on the hat? And they do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yard situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
The Knights have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He wants to change this route. He'll set up to throw. Going for 6. Touchdown, UCF! Fitted in the window for the score. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
So Auburn's offense will go to work for the first time today. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And I'm just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. He's a wide receiver. Like, sometimes he's a lineman, sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He breaks into the open. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. from the gun, the ground game. Got the first down and more. There he goes to the right. Inside the... And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
To the ground with the back. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. The Knights moving quickly to the line. Sticks as he picks up the first down.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. Third down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he's able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving, keep the sticks rolling.
They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. The Knights are flying down the field. The offense changing the play. Reads it, fires complete.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got his man on the right. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Unloads quickly. Oh, he's got some space. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Knights! These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all offseason to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Here he comes with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So here comes the Auburn offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Hauls it in. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Give to the running back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This guy's a game changer at the running back position, man. Don't you just feel like you have to be if you're going to be toting the rock at Auburn? Bo Jackson obviously won a Heisman Trophy. Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown on the same team at the same time. And then Tank Bigsby here in recent years, too. Physical runners, but they also had speed. They were the total package, and I think this guy fits right into that category.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Davis. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there. Safeties are going to be there. So you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Out of the gun, the inside give. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty.
False start of offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Out of the chute, quick cross to the right. And they swarm him under.
Well, the defense needs to find a way to slow this guy down. We're only in the first quarter, and already this guy has over 100 yards receiving. They have got to find an answer for him.
Back to pass on 2nd down. It's complete. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, UCF! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defense all year long.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? The earth is shaking. Bounce House living up to its name as UCF tries to get off the field. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be his second time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. They'll leave it with him. There he goes!
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Knights can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top, looking to buy time. He's going to take off. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
Carrying the ball with an edge and hammering his way to the 40.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Quarterback making checks. He's got it again. Oh, it's loose. Oh, and just like they drew it up, put it on the ground, fall on top of it, still get the first down. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Knights are on the move. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for me.
Catch in the middle, it's Casey. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Knights! A great catch and run for 6. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Snap to the back. Jukes his way for more. Gets some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. That's reeled in. It's Cherry. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Got his man quickly. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The throw. He's got his man, makes the grab. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Drives the back and leaves it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Now the play fake. That's caught. It's Cherry. And the Tigers come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. Big play, stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. Past the 10. Touchdown, UCF! The defense does the work itself with a pick six. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the score.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're in defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments.
Gonna take a shot. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He was hoping for that interception return for the touchdown, but he's brought down at the 27.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. They'll run the option. Power football with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Knights!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Never thought about taking a knee. Here he comes. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Working that left side now. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Auburn lines up quickly. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Wants to go up top. With the catch, it's Davis. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Tigers line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Gonna look downfield again. And it's incomplete. If you're gonna take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. The Tigers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Wide open downfield. Touchdown Tigers! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They're testing the right side here. Gets it past the marker. Turning on the Jets. At the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, UCF!
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They scored again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
Bringing it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Leaves it with the back. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, one half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Orlando. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first two quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys just down the road from our EA Sports studios at the Bounce House.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it out. Just keeps moving. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So here comes the Auburn offense. Nothing Went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Makes the grab on the shuffle. Turns it on in midfield. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Pulls and fires complete. How many guys are left grabbing for air as he gets into the 26-yard line?
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Fires to the big fella.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. It's complete to the left. Goes out of bounds, but they'll be set up with a 1st and goal. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Puts it out of the air. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Nice 2nd down defense there that time. It looked like the defense was anticipating the drag route that time. You saw they were able to rally to the ball, get him down on the ground. It now sets up 3rd down in the red zone. Let's see what they do here.
After a drive this long, a field goal would be a punch in the gut. It's 3rd and goal. Wants to keep it in the air. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Tigers. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but if you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Going to try to get it himself. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there.
And one of the things I love about this defense is their speed. And they knew coming into the game that they were going to see quarterback run. But that time they had him all bottled up, and they were able to use their speed to make him go east and west and run him out of bounds. Not a great game.
It's complete to the right. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Looking to scramble, and he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he can throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Oh, sweet feet. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Knights.
Big-time players make big plays in big games. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
He'll return it. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down.
Kick returners just have to do a better job knowing where they are on the field and what the situation is. That's a ball you got to let go through the end zone. That's a touchback. Instead, you're trying to be the hero, and now you've done yourself more harm than good. The offense starting in terrible field position.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Picked off! What a play by this defense!
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Touchdown, UCF! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good...
Turning it on! He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run the guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Wants to throw on 1st down. It's caught downfield. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And the Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Uncorks one. Right on the money. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, it had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering him. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got it out. Just a tremendous turn, great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. Great place to start for this offense. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate.
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Knights.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
The give to the back. Breaks into the open. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wide receiver going in motion. Creates a little space. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. The quick out.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Looking left. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Auburn! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. This is like a baseball pitcher they can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's got an open man. Racing down the left side. He's at the tip, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, UCF! He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So here comes the Auburn offense. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. Gets it out quickly. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. To the air on first down. He's taking the shot. Makes a grab for a big play. Oh, he's got some space. And after that huge gain, he will have a chance to catch his breath, and he's going to need it. What a way to wrap up the third quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back in the 16.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
Oh, it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
He finds enough room to get it over the 10-yard line, and he's down at 13.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop.
He might want another play. Second down, he'll throw it. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Here's a quick throw out to the left. The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. He splits the uprights. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds his man down the middle. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
And this offense throwing the ball has just been up and down the field all game long. They're now approaching 450 yards passing on the day.
Quickly complete.
Well, that was a weird one because I think running back screen was called, but the quarterback just saw an open receiver downfield and said to himself, hey, I got an open guy. I'm just going to take it.
The Knights with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Going to sling it on 2nd down. He's looking deep. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. The Knights are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. He's got it inside the 15. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
The Knights want to pick up the tempo. Trying to get the 1st with the give to the wide receiver. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Knights! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
No love lost between teams anytime they square off inside the Big Ten. Here's one that's just gone final. Michigan left little doubt. You know, this version of the Maize and Blue can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program with multiple national titles. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. They go to the ground. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that 1st, keep the drive going.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll go to the ground. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Auburn sends out the punting unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes a nice grab at the 25. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That's caught. It's Casey. At the 45, on his way. Off to the races. He's at the and we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring. And the defense better do something about it.
Here he comes from his own end zone. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, this kickoff unit, they've got heat-seeking missiles running down the field with bad intentions. They hit that return man with authority, and that's what popped the ball loose.
This offense has it with really good field position. They're going to open this drive with a pass. They're working that left side. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He'll do it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Tight end now in motion. They'll try to get the first through the air. Finds his big tight end. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
They want to throw it. Trying to find the end zone. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Back to pass. Fires into the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the returner is stopped.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man to go.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you can just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this.
There he goes. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Knights in the hurry-up. Off play action on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
And you got to wonder if this offense is trying to run the score up because they're blowing this team out. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and they're still taking shots. They're going to play until this clock reads all zeros.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. He's at the touchdown, Tigers. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. They stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's,